Hello my friends, John LaRuffa here with another straight up solo, and in this episode we're going to take a look at Fliptown. I'm going to show you how this plays solo against one of the little solo bot cards. I'm also going to show you what the expansion, the Outskirts expansion, adds to the game. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay folks, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. If you do, or if you have, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we are 2/3 of the way through a 3-round game. So we're going to play one round here, kind of showing you what it looks like. And the game is divided into these, I guess, these couple of sections here, okay, plus some of the stuff over here. The first section is the trail. And the trail is where you go to get progressively better rewards depending on how far you get down the trail. The Badlands is where you attempt to rob certain things. And if you are successful, you will get points and money. If you're and you'll always get wanted stuff, wanted amounts. If you're unsuccessful, you get half the points and no money. Then you have the mine here, where you're trying to get deeper into the mine to unlock different bonus actions and also points and gold. And then some end game scoring as well. You can go to the town, and in the town you can do a variety of different things, all depending on the place that you visited. And that's in the clubs area. And then finally there's the cemetery. And the cemetery is where you go if you don't like any of the cards that you've got. You can just go to the cemetery and circle one of these tombstones. And then you'll get the reward based on what is in between the two circled areas. Okay? Now the basic game works like this. First of all, at the beginning of the round, you are going to draw a card and you're going to put it down here. After you shuffle this deck, and this deck is basically a 52 card deck with the usual, ace, king, queen, jack, 10, blah, 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 blah. Okay, of all four normal suits. You're putting this down here because this card is going to get to determine if you get arrested and basically penalized at the end of the round or not. Okay? Then you are going to basically draw 3 cards. You're going to use one card you're going to set aside for your poker hand, which you'll score at the end of the round. You'll use one card as your suit card, which will determine which of these areas you go to. And then you use one card as your value card, which will determine based on the value what you can do in that area. You'll also be keeping track of your cash, your gold, and your stars, which are your victory points, plus your wanted area. And you will, based on these symbols right here, get to cross off at the end of the round, which I haven't done yet, different amounts of money and gold, depending on how many pickaxes you have and how many little pans you have to sift for gold. In general, you're spending the gold either to bribe the sheriff at the end of the game, to score points at the very end of the game, the end of the round, score points at the end of the game, or to modify the suit of a card of your choice, okay? And you can also spend gold to make the card go up or down 1. And then the cash is used in all the town actions. And then finally, the stars are the victory points. So let's see what happens here. Oh, by the way, so this is what the expansion adds. It adds this Outskirts card. And what it does is it lets you flip over these cards to their 4-point side, which you're going to always ignore the points. And you are going to basically have these conditions. If you meet the condition, for instance, have at least 30 gold or at least $30 or at least 15 gold, you would get to take whatever this bonus is pointing to it. So in an earlier turn, I took a free hearts action because I had that. Over here, it says reach the king on the trail or circle any of the 2 of the 3 outlaws in the bail bond area, which is over here, which I haven't gotten to really. I haven't drawn a lot of clubs, actually. So that's what those are. This offers a little bit of a hard to reach goal to get some type of additional action. You also will get some more of these, and these actually come in the, I don't actually know if you get more of these, pardon me. These come in the base game, and these are basically a starting card. It's a roll card you can play. If you play with them, they give you a one-time special ability, which I've already used, and that's how I crossed off a bunch of my wanted symbols. And then they'll also give you some starting resources. If you play with this, you have to add an extra 5 points to the score of this bot at the end. Okay, now the bot works like this. So each bot has a suit. If you ever have that suit drawn up here, the bot will steal one card, put it over here in the deck. each card will be worth either 1, 2, or 3 points at the end of the game, depending if you're playing easy, medium, or hard. Then it will score based on the number of spaces you didn't go through in these areas. 4 times, in this case, for Calamity Jane, 4 times the number of places you didn't go on the trail, 3 times the Badlands, 2 times the town, 1 time the mine. If you're playing an easy, you only deal with the first 2. If you're playing on normal, you deal with all 3 of these, and you play on 4, you'll deal with all of them. So that's kind of how it works. And I haven't really been playing hard enough in that strategy, only because I kept drawing diamonds after diamonds, and I was trying to save my gold to not switch those suits to activate this. So I may have kind of cut my nose to spite my face, so to speak. So let's go ahead and start this beginning of the third round here. I've shuffled the deck, I've set the card for the sheriff. Now I'm going to take 5 turns by drawing 3 cards. So I just drew a heart, which means that she is going to steal 1 and only 1 card, no matter how many hearts you draw. And that goes over here. Now, what do I want for my poker hand? Well, you're going to basically choose 1 card at a time. So that first card, you don't have any real good information to know what you're going for. I know that I don't need to be fussing around with any diamonds right now because that's not going to really help me with her. I need to get more trail stuff. So I'm just going to set the 8 of diamonds over here as my poker hand. 8 diamond. Now, I'll use the suit card here. It just happens this went out this way, but it doesn't matter. You can always swap these around. But I'll use the suit card as a heart, and I'll use this 9 to allow me to go all the way down to here if I want. I'm actually going to circle this 7 over here, and that'll give me 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a wanted symbol, which is always bad. That's the turn. Very simple. So now my next turn here, 5, a 9, and a jack. Well, it would have been nice if I'd saved the 9 over there, but I didn't. So let's see what we've got here. We're going to save... The ace will help me do some robbing stuff, and I do want to do a little bit of that, and I'll show you how that works right now, as a matter of fact. So, but the clubs also help me because it helps me go to the town spaces. And unfortunately, I haven't gone to a lot of town spaces, so I'm going to pay the piper on that pretty badly. But she favors the Badlands more than the town, so it's probably better for me to go there. I have a ton of money. So, let's see. Why don't we do this? Why don't we... All right, I have an idea. What we're going to do is we are going to save the... I'm going to save the ace of spades. That's my poker. I am going to go to the town, and I'm going to use the 5 card, but I'm going to change the 5 card. I'm going to spend 1 gold to change that to a 6. And that lets me spend up to $8 to cross off these wanted symbols. So I'm going to spend 4 of them, but when you go to a building, you always get that 1 bonus at one time. So I'm going to, oops, not there. Get that. So then it's going to cross off 1, 2, 3, 4. So that costs me $4. And that'll bring my wanted symbols down, so I'm less likely to get arrested. And getting arrested is really not so good. You have to pay a lot of money or you pay a lot of points. Either way, it's very punitive. All right, no hearts were drawn here, so Calamity Jane does not steal a card from my deck. Okay, now we've got a 6, a 7, and an ace. Okay, so she steals that card. So in this case, I could go to clubs again. I could go to this. I could revisit that, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't really need the ace down there. I'm going to save the ace because I saved it last time. So ace of hearts for my poker card. And I'm going to use the 6 as the Badlands trip. Use the 7 to rob this cow. Okay, so there's a 7 there, so I will circle this. Now, I have to at least draw a 7 or higher to not get foiled, I guess you could say, okay? But since I happen to have this gun, which I bought earlier, I get a +2 to the value of the card I draw. So I'm drawing a 6, nice. So that +2 makes it an 8, which means I'm not foiled. So I always get the wanted symbols, but in this case, I get all the points, which are 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get $5, which is good news. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, because I've done all 3 of these, I also get a bonus diamond area where I can cross off anything in the diamond mine however I want. And probably the best thing for me to do at this moment would be to cross off this one, because that gives me a club action anywhere I want, and then I can use that to do something good here with all this money that I have. So I'm going to get a bunch of points. I think I'm going to visit the saloon. Okay, so we've gone there. We got the 1 point. $2 per point. Now, I guess, yeah, that's a better exchange than $4 at the end. So I can do 8 stars a visit. So that means I can cross off 16 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to get 8 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I thought that was a pretty good move. And you can kind of see how things chain to, in, you know, classic Euro fashion, they chain to give you better stuff, which is a big part of this game and scoring well. You can try to do your best to see if you can get those bonus actions and chain them through. Okay, so here we go. Steals another card, which isn't good. So now I'm getting these runs of clubs. So the jack would let me peek at the sheriff card and choose either get a point or cross off 2 of those wanted. I don't think that's the best idea. However, it does give me a diamond bonus action, which would let me get 4 points and cross off other things. So that's kind of enticing. The other thing I could do is go on the trail, which I think I should because she scores the most for the trail. So I'm going to use this heart as my card, and I'm going to put the 2 of clubs in my poker hand, kind of a throwaway there. So the heart is going to drive me to the trail. The 8 or the 10 allows me to move all the way up to here. And since I really want to score a bunch of points, I could circle this, or I could circle, yeah, I'm going to circle this right here. So we're going to do this. It gives me 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more wanted symbols. Now, because I didn't go to these spots, I can never go to them. So the more you go down the trail, you have to keep on going. You can't just, you can't turn around, so to speak. All right, last card hand now. Diamond, diamond, and spade. So what I could do and what I will do, I think, is do the ace here, because that would give me a better poker hand. That's a 3 of a kind, so it's worth $4 and 3 points. So we'll do that. We'll do that ace of diamonds. And then I've got the king and a 4. Well, I've already crossed off the 4, but I can take away 2 gold to make that a 3, then a 2, and I can rob this little chicken over here. Okay, I'm guaranteed to get this, and I get away with it too. So we go ahead and get our 2 points and the $1. Now, because I've done all these, I get to cross off a gravestone. Whoops. And the gravestone that makes the most sense for me to cross off would be this one right here, because it gives me another wanted, which I don't like, but it gives me a free heart action. And then I can go ahead, go to this one, cross off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. So now there's no way I'm getting arrested, which is great, because I don't want to pay either a 8-point penalty or $18. So that ends this round. Now what we do is we resolve the poker hand. Well, 3 aces is 3 of a kind. 3 of a kind pays out $4 and 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And then here's my $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go ahead and we will get 1 gold for our prospecting pan and 6 more money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of money this game, because I had 2 per hammer. Okay, now we finally figure out if I'm going to get arrested, but I have no wanted symbols, so no, he doesn't arrest me. Let's say I had 7 wanted symbols, because that is lower than a 7. I would then get arrested, and I have to pay that penalty. Okay, let's do the final scoring now, just so you can see how it kind of goes. So I would get, for every $4, I get 1 point. Well, I have 10, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So that's 9 points there. For every 2 gold, I get a point. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Then for endgame stars, I get 1 point per tombstone circles. Well, I only did that twice. And then my stars, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. Total here would be 15, 17. That would be 55, 62, I believe. Right? 62. Because that's 15, 17, 27, 37, 47, 57, 62. Yep. Okay, now we count and see. Now, if you were playing the standard game with no anything else, basically what you would do is you would take 5 points off of this because you used one of those roll cards, and you would compare it to this level over here. And if I was playing the standard game, 62 points would call me, so I have the standard game here with character card, 62 points gets me the Rusty Deputy. So that's what I would be. So there's a way to do beat your own score on this game in the base standard, but I think it's a little more fun to do this. So let's see what she would have done. Well, so she has stolen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 18 points right there. Okay, so let's write that down here. 18. And then I did not go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places on the trail. So that means 6 times 4 is 24. The Badlands, I didn't go to 6 of those, so 6 times 3 is 18. And the town, well, I didn't go to a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so that's 18. Now, because I'm playing on normal, I don't worry about the mine. So that would be 18 plus 18 is 36, plus another 18 would be 46, 54, 60, 74, 80. That's a, what was that? That was a 4. I lost my track. I think it's 84. Let's just see again. So it's 8, 16, 24, 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78. Plus I was a character. So that means that she scored 83 points. So normal is not easy because it's normal. But that's how that game works. Now, you can also play a variant where you're playing with Texas Hold'em. So at the very end, you draw 2 more cards. And you can figure out what you want. So it gives you a little bit better chance for a better poker hand. So that's possible. But if you do that, you got to add 5 more points. All right. That is what it's like to play Fliptown. Let me tell you what I think. So Fliptown is pretty much what I'm looking for in a light to medium light roll and write game. It has a lot of little mini games. It has some choices. But it's not frustrating. It is easy to play. And it's not, when you play against the solo bot really only takes that 1 card away and it just drives your focus, but it takes almost nothing to manage. And I really like that. That's exactly what I'm looking for in a, like I said, a light to medium flip and write in this case. I like the theme. I think it's fun to go to different town spaces. There's definitely some strategy here, even though the cards are luck of the draw. But you can modify those things with the suits, with the gold. You can change the value of the gold. You're using the money to spend things in the town. There's just a lot of fun stuff to do here. And I think it's really good. The Outskirts expansion is not a must by any means, but it again adds a few more things to strive to. And I think it only costs like $10, so it's the right price for that. And I think it gives you 2 more bots as well to play with. So just in general, it's a very enjoyable game. It's not something that is going to, like, you're not going to set your game night around it, for instance, but from a solo standpoint, I think it's fantastic. It's nice and fun, easy. You can play with as many people as you want. It gives you 4 boards in there, but I guess you could literally, if you wanted to, you could just copy the board and make extras if you want to have more people play with it, because you're all using the same community cards. There's nothing really there stopping you from playing with more people, and I think, frankly, it'd be easy to do that. So anyway, I think it's a lot of fun. It's just what I'm looking for. Somebody asked me in a different video a while ago. I had a video where I was talking about selling different games, and I sold a roll and write game called 3 Sisters. And a lot of people said, how could you sell that game? That's like the perfect solo game from a roll and write standpoint and everything else. If you didn't like that game, what would you replace it with? And I'd say I'd replace it with this game right here, because this game was easier to play solo and required less overhead to try to figure out how the solo bot was going to block me and foil my plans. In this case, the solo bot scores where you neglect. It's very easy to figure out. You know what's going on, so you've already got that in your selection choices in your brain when you're making your decisions about what cards you're going to do. So I think that's a lot of fun. And again, this is just what I'm looking for. So hopefully this is a helpful video to see if this game is something that you would like. If you're looking for something heavier or with something with a lot more going on, well, you're not going to find that here. If you're looking for something super light that almost like drives like no decision, you're also not going to find that here either. I mean, you do have some decisions to make about which card you're going to take and where you're going to go. So it's not a mindless game. But it's not really super heavy either, which is totally fine for me. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Whatever you decide to play in the future, I really hope you have a fantastic time doing it. Take it easy, everybody.